Miller had picked up the dribble. Podziemski, see Micic falling down, and he hit the jumper. Micic touched earth. Look at the Warrior bench. They like that action.
In a league dominated by high flyers and sharp shooters, Brandin Podziemski is breaking onto the scene with his own swagger, from an unknown talent to securing a starting spot on one of the most elite teams in the NBA. Is he the league's best-kept secret? The dark horse ready to steal the spotlight from a stacked rookie class. With his relentless work ethic, extreme toughness, and high IQ, he's become the unexpected savior for a struggling Warriors team. He's defying expectations and perhaps reshaping the future of one of basketball's most storied franchises. Is Podziemski the perfect puzzle piece the Golden State Warriors didn't know they needed? Take a second, show some love, and subscribe down below. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Nearly a year ago, Mike Dunleavy, the Golden State Warriors general manager, hopped in a car and made the trip south to Santa Clara's campus, primarily there to see Maxwell Lewis, the possible lottery pick out of Pepperdine. Lewis played fine. He'd eventually get selected 40th in the 2023 NBA draft, but he wasn't the best player on the floor that night. Brandin Podziemski.
This is Podziemski, length of the floor, two-hand rip!
The 6'4" guard, who was only beginning to creep onto the draft radar, stole the spotlight to lead Santa Clara to victory. His 23 points were huge, but it was the 18 rebounds that got Dunleavy and Lacob's attention. Podziemski competed in the NBA Rising Stars Challenge at All-Stars Weekend last Friday. He leads all NBA rookies with 14 games with at least 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, making him a clear candidate to finish on the all-rookie first team. He turns 21 this week, but has already pushed his way past veteran teammate Klay Thompson into the Warriors' starting and closing lineups. He's a vital glue piece of head coach Steve Kerr's favorite five-man group, which has outscored opponents by 57 points in 107 minutes. He has won over every level of the organization, most crucially, his veteran teammates. He's a solid role player right now, but his dreams of becoming an all-star one day. Anyone who has doubted Podziemski to this point has continually been proven wrong. The talent, combined with the IQ and the personality, had the Warriors front office very interested. A high draft prospect, Cam Whitmore, was still available at pick 19, along with plenty of other high-valued players.
Brandin Podziemski from Santa Clara University.
But they took Podziemski. It was Dunleavy's first draft pick as general manager. In Green's ramp-up after spraining his ankle during training camp, the Warriors set up a scrimmage. Podziemski was out of the rotation, so they had him play on Green's team. They lost the first scrimmage after Green turned the ball over. Podziemski called out Green for it. "We can't have a turnover for game. You cannot turn the ball over for game." Green was shocked. They've had rookies who barely say a word to him the entire season. Green told him, "Okay, cool, you got it, no problem. You know what? But make sure you speak up like that all the time." Brandin struggled in summer league, mostly with his jumper and floater. The more he thought about it, the more it snowballed. Doubts can really affect your shooting. Podziemski was at every team workout that Curry, Paul, and Green organized that summer. Kevon Looney remembered how the new rookie guard was bashing into him and fighting over rebounds. He told Podziemski to quit stealing them away. Then he realized it was just a part of his game and attitude. Looney said, "He's got a delusion to him that makes him good. Watching him out-rebound taller players is like seeing David versus Goliath. Size doesn't always dictate the outcome. If Hustle had a LinkedIn profile, it would just be a photo of Brandon's face." Podziemski grew up in Milwaukee in what he described as a competitive family. He needed to earn it. He wasn't one of the highest prospects on the scouting report. We've all been there, underestimated, overlooked, and ready to prove the world wrong. It's not the size of the player in the fight, but the size of the fight in the player. Podziemski stays late after games. He walks around the locker room and talks with anyone he can, always asking questions, ready to learn.
He's a student of the game. He asks a million questions, whether it's the CP, whether it's me or coach, he's always asking questions. He'll come just sit next to you and listen.
Curry described him like a little brother. Curry said, "It's easier to tame a lion than get a sheep to show some oomph. The most annoying parts about him are the greatest parts about him, and he's still coachable."
It's just about him learning the lessons he needs to learn, as a guy that's, being trusted to play heavy minutes. and continue to get better. So I think he comes with that attitude every night.
Podziemski follows Curry around for his post-game workouts and studies what makes him great. Kerr has been most impressed with Brandin's defense. In camp, they tracked deflections during scrimmages. Podziemski led the team. That was an early sign. His rebounding numbers also translated to the NBA, which is really important for a team that runs small. The Warriors are now the third best rebounding team in the NBA, and Podziemski's 5.8 rebounds per game is third on the team just behind Green and Looney. He crashes the glass more than Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga, who were both bigger and more athletic. He plays way bigger than he is. He plays with so much energy and heart, giving 100% every play. Kerr really likes what he brings, saying he is the connector that makes every lineup better. One of his biggest plays of the season came in Portland mid-December. They were having a tough time putting the win away. Curry missed a late free throw. The Blazers, down 2, didn't call timeout. Shaedon Sharpe pushed the ball up the floor. He had what looked to be an open path to the rim to tie it, but Podziemski stepped in front and took a game-winning charge.
3 seconds. Shaedon Sharpe to put it up and out, and it's an offensive foul anyway. Podziemski saves the day.
This play really encapsulates the kind of player he is. All hustle and effort and doing whatever it takes to win. That was Podziemski's 11th charge drawn. He has now drawn 27 this season, which leads the NBA. Kerr said Podziemski has compared himself to GP2 and Draymond Green this season. A bit of a stretch, but a good goal to aspire towards. He sees the floor and has an appetite for disruption like both of them. On the other end of the floor, Podziemski is a really solid playmaker. This month, he has 52 assists and 9 turnovers. In January, he had 41 assists and 12 turnovers. He had a 27-assist, 0-turnover, 4-game stretch recently that broke rookie records. But his ultimate upside will be determined where he can get to as a scorer. Podziemski's shots have been limited to threes, floaters, sweeping hooks, and sneaky layups. He stays totally out of the mid-range, and he has struggled with his threes for some of the season, but has made 12 of his last 19, upping his season percentage to 38.5%. He has scored in double figures in 28 games this season, 6th most among all rookies. If that can become a regular benchmark as he nears his prime, the ceiling will continue to rise. Brandin Podziemski has been making a name for himself in the NBA with impactful, winning play on the court. This last stretch, Brandin has been averaging an impressive 12.8 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 6.7 assists per game. He's been a crucial player for the Warriors. He even started over Klay Thompson right before the All-Star break. The Warriors have absolutely needed every bit of Brandin's effort, with so many of the veterans struggling this season. Podziemski's journey to the NBA has been one marked by hard work, perseverance, and a love for the game. Unlike many of his peers, Brandin did not receive much attention from recruiters when he was in high school. He opted to attend Santa Clara University, a mid-sized college in California, where he honed his skills as a player. Golden State Warriors scouts discovered him and were impressed by his shooting and basketball IQ. At 6'4", Podziemski is not the tallest or the most muscular player on the court, but he makes up for it with his effort, toughness, and crafty ability to score from anywhere on the court. One of the most impressive parts of Podziemski's game is his ability to make those around him better. He's a great playmaker, an unselfish player who is always looking to create opportunities for his teammates. His willingness to share the ball and find the open man has earned him the respect and trust of his teammates and coaches. Steve Kerr has high praise for Podziemski for his basketball IQ and playmaking skills. Brandin's impact on the Warriors has been significant. The team has really struggled this season, but Brandin has been a bright spot. He's provided a spark off the bench and has given the Warriors a much-needed injection of energy and enthusiasm. Despite his success, Podziemski remains humble and grounded. He knows that he still has a lot to learn and is eager to soak up as much knowledge as he can from the veterans around him. He's surrounded by some of the greats, and he knows it. Not afraid to speak up and ask questions. He's like a sponge, soaking up every moment with them. With his work ethic, talent, and unselfishness, there's no telling how far Podziemski can go in this league. Brandin Podziemski is just a baller, already an instant impact player at just 20 years old. For a young rookie, he has such a good feel for the game and really high basketball IQ. This is such a hard thing to teach young players. He might be the third smartest player on the Warriors right now after Steph and Dre. He does all the little things, connecting the game, making it easy for his teammates. He's a perfect fit for the Warriors. He pushes the pace in transition, can shoot it, and has an excellent understanding of the game already. They have absolutely needed him this season too. Between him and Kuminga, the rising youth are major factors keeping the Warriors in the mix this year. He's been cooking in this last hot stretch for the Warriors, playing over 30 minutes a game. He has all the trust from the coaching staff, as you can tell with those heavy minutes. That's very rare as a rookie, especially one on the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr usually relegates rookies to the end of the bench, but Brandin's high IQ, hustle, and feel have won over Steve to even starting him over veterans. He's filling up the stat sheet these days, doing a little bit of everything. 12.8 points, 6.7 assists, 7.3 rebounds per game. He's only 6'4", pulling in that many rebounds. It just shows the hustle and effort he plays with every night. He elevates every lineup he is a part of, a real connector. He's got a lot to his game, like his crafty footwork, which is better than most centers in the league, rebounding and always pushing the pace in transition. One thing he does really well is finding Steph. When you have the greatest shooter of all time on your team, this should be priority number one, and it is for Brandin. He plays fast and with a purpose, but what's really impressive is he hardly turns it over. The Warriors have always been a team of high turnovers with fast pace, high passing offense, but Brandin is somehow able to play both fast and take care of the ball. He can also get a bucket. He can score at the rim, in the mid-range, and of course, he can shoot the three. As he continues to improve his shooting, his scoring opportunities will open up even more. He never stops moving on offense, constantly creating second-chance opportunities for himself and his teammates. He just makes everyone else better when he's on the floor. He has quick passing instincts, such a great feel for the game at a young age. A very valuable trait, especially in the Warriors system. He's clearly a hard worker, loves the game, and has the smarts. He knows what the Warriors need from him, and he goes out every night and delivers. That's why he's in the lineup so much right now, doing all the little things right. He's going to make a winning impact for a long time in this league. He's just 20 years old doing that next to one of the greatest players of all time, Steph Curry. Such an incredible opportunity to learn from the best shooter of all time. He's going to be a wicked scorer once he fully develops. When he gets a little more confident with his threes and mid-range game, he's going to be really dangerous. From a barely noticed high school talent to becoming an indispensable piece in one of the NBA's most storied franchises, Podziemski's story is not just about basketball. It's about the relentless pursuit of greatness against all odds. His story is a testament to hard work and perseverance. His relentless effort, unyielding spirit, and ability to elevate his teammates have brought him this far. In a league dominated by giants, Brandin has carved out his own path, proving that heart, IQ, and hustle can outshine mere physical gifts. The Golden State Warriors might have found themselves an unexpected savior. What do you think of Brandin Podziemski? How far can he take his game? Let me know down below.